Homeless in America. This is Real Homeless Story, where the unseen becomes known. New York City, a place where ambition scrapes the sky and every street pulses with the energy of millions chasing their dreams. Whether you've wandered its vibrant blocks, heard its name in iconic songs, or seen its skyline in film, one truth is certain. New York represents the promise of prosperity, but behind the brilliance, there's a side most will never truly see. Welcome to the Empire State, a global icon of innovation and wealth. But beyond the shimmering billboards of Times Square and the luxury of Manhattan penthouses lies another reality, a sobering one. In this episode, we journey through New York, from the heart of the city to its outermost neighborhoods, to uncover the harsh truths of homelessness. We'll speak with individuals navigating life without shelter, families fighting to stay together, and community leaders racing against time to create solutions. How effective are today's programs? What efforts are working, and where do we continue to fall short? Through this immersive journey, we aim to shed light on a growing emergency and the people behind the numbers. A crisis surging through the concrete jungle. Homelessness in New York has reached levels not seen since the Great Depression. As of August 2024, an estimated 350,000 individuals in the state lack stable housing. Every single night, over 130,000 people seek refuge in New York City's shelter system, which struggles to keep pace. Thousands more sleep in subways, on benches, or couch hop with friends and strangers. Over the past 2 decades, homelessness has surged by 175%. A temporary drop during the pandemic was driven by eviction freezes and emergency aid, but those protections have faded. The crisis has returned, more severe than ever. Families make up 71% of the city's shelter population. Nearly 46,000 of them are children. Yes, children. In one of the wealthiest cities on Earth. A city-by-city breakdown, the hard numbers and human stories, Syracuse. Syracuse may not have the largest homeless population, averaging around 25 to 30 unsheltered individuals each night. But the problem is no less urgent. Economic stagnation and a chronic lack of affordable housing have taken a toll. One striking detail: many of the city's homeless are veterans, individuals who once served their country and now struggle to survive in it. The city has implemented models like Housing First and From Day One, prioritizing immediate shelter over preconditions. But a lack of funding and limited infrastructure have made progress painfully slow. Staten Island. Though it's the smallest of New York City's 5 boroughs, Staten Island faces a real and growing homelessness crisis. Over 200 individuals currently live without permanent housing here. While the lower density may hide the issue from casual view, the need is pressing. In recent years, 3 new shelters opened on Van Duzer Street, Highland Boulevard, and Tompkins Avenue, ranging from large family facilities to women-only shelters. Combined, they serve hundreds of people. Community organizations like People's Path are often the lifeline, delivering services government programs simply can't cover. Albany, the capital city, steeped in history, known for its majestic Capitol building and institutions of higher education, hides a troubling contrast. Roughly 750 people live without stable housing. Skyrocketing costs of living and a shortage of low-income housing have deepened the problem. Project Hope, a state-backed initiative, aims to respond swiftly to homelessness. But like many well-meaning efforts, it's plagued by insufficient funding and overwhelmed agencies. For its size, Albany's homeless population stands disproportionately high, highlighting how the crisis isn't just a big city issue. Rochester. Once a beacon of American innovation, Home to companies like Kodak and institutions like the University of Rochester, today, the city grapples with a rising homeless population. Roughly 83 people currently sleep without shelter. That number may seem small, but recent encampments have drawn attention for the wrong reasons, including fires and safety hazards. The closure of Peace Village, a major encampment, left dozens displaced. No transition plan, no backup shelters, just people back on the streets, exposed again to the elements. Brooklyn, a cultural icon rich with history, art, and soul. Yet even here, more than 1,150 people live without homes. The borough's rent prices have soared, leaving even employed residents unable to afford housing. Gentrification continues to displace working families. In areas like Bensonhurst, protests have erupted over the opening of new shelters. In Sunset Park, business owners raise concerns about safety, drug use, and sidewalk encampments. The tension is real. Economic expansion colliding with social crisis. Queens. Known for its diversity and immigrant spirit, Queens now faces its own housing emergency. Over 1,200 people in the borough are unhoused. Wages haven't kept up with rent. Even full-time workers struggle to survive. Controversial shelter placements in districts like Ridgewood, where a hotel was transformed into a migrant facility, have sparked outrage. Many locals say they weren't consulted. Meanwhile, places like Jamaica Station have become makeshift overnight shelters, further fueling anxiety and debate about safety and public space. Buffalo. New York's second-largest city is home to 1,432 homeless residents. Buffalo's brutal winters and aging infrastructure make the situation dire. The decline of industry has left neighborhoods hollowed out, and with shelters often at capacity, hundreds are forced to endure freezing nights outdoors. Cleanup efforts downtown have displaced people, but without permanent housing plans, they're simply moved from one corner to the next. The Bronx, birthplace of hip-hop, bursting with culture. Yet the Bronx has the highest poverty rate in New York City. It's also home to one of the largest homeless populations. Over 1,450 people. One heartbreaking pattern? Generational homelessness. Many people currently on the streets were born to parents who also lived that way. The borough has the most shelters of any in the city, but they're overcrowded and under-resourced. Encampments regularly resurface in parks and public spaces, and every time one is dismantled, another appears. Manhattan, the heart of the city, the money, the museums, the madness, and more than 4,000 people without homes. Homelessness here isn't hidden. It's on subway platforms, at every corner, in the parks. City sweeps aim to clean up encampments, but they do little to resolve the root issues. Take the tunnel by the Hudson River in Upper Manhattan, a makeshift village of mattresses, tarps, and human waste. No matter how many times it's cleared, it returns, because the problem isn't being solved, it's being moved. The big picture. With over 4,000 unhoused individuals in New York City alone, and 150,000 relying on shelters, it's clear this isn't a short-term emergency. It's a systemic failure. Efforts to convert encampments into housing face fierce resistance, especially in wealthy neighborhoods where "not in my backyard" sentiment runs high. Then there are the mole people. Thousands living in subway tunnels and utility corridors. Some near live electrical lines. Entire communities hidden beneath the city, ignored by most. These aren't just statistics, they're stories, lives, forgotten neighbors. Facing the challenge, what's being done? Addressing homelessness requires an all-hands approach. Local governments, nonprofits, and everyday people each play a role. Initiatives like Housing First, which gives people homes before addressing employment or addiction, have shown promise. Programs like Project Hope offer rapid response interventions. Nonprofits like People's Path fill in the gaps, delivering food, medical help, and job training, often on shoestring budgets. Still, these efforts fall short without sustained funding, political will, and public support. Education, tech, and mental health. Part of the solution lies in prevention. Educational opportunities and job training help unhoused individuals rebuild. Technology, too, offers hope. Mobile apps now connect people to shelters, meals, and jobs. Data tools help governments track needs more effectively. Mental health? It's foundational. Many living on the street struggle with untreated disorders. Integrating mental health care with housing and job placement is no longer optional. It's urgent. Affordable housing, the core crisis. At the heart of it all, affordable housing, or the lack of it. Rent spikes, short supply, no safety net. That's the deadly combo pushing thousands onto the streets. We need more affordable units, better rent control, housing subsidies, and above all, empathy. The road ahead. To make a dent in this crisis, we need more affordable housing construction, integrated services, healthcare, addiction recovery, employment training, eviction prevention programs, public education to reduce stigma, stronger partnerships between city agencies, nonprofits, and communities. Conclusion. From Buffalo to Brooklyn, the story is the same. A widening gap between survival and dignity. Behind every tent, every park bench, every subway corner, there's a person, a story, a family. We can't fix what we refuse to see. And we can't solve homelessness without confronting its complexity. Together. If this documentary moved you, consider subscribing to our channel. Share this video, comment below,